What's your own toxic trait? I ignore things that cause me too much stress, until they become urgent and serious. I interrupt people if I feel like I know what they're going to say. It's ducking annoying edit. Wow. Just got off work and came back to this massive response. Thank you all for the awards. You guys honestly made this memorable enough that it will most likely stay with me in conversations and possibly help me to stop doing this. I do this. What the hell? I've managed to contain myself from doing this, but the problem is that when I think I know what they're going to say, I pretty much check out of the conversation until they're finished. Or, I'll pre-plan what I'm going to talk about when they're done, which basically is nodding my head and pretending I'm listening all the while thinking about other things or different responses. I don't like that I do this, and sometimes I have to concentrate really hard and force myself to empty my mind and focus on the other person, but it is difficult sometimes. Are you my dad? I have to correct them for multiple times in every conversation, because he's constantly either trying to race ahead and figure out where I'm headed and finish my sentences, or he's figured out something he wants to say and just concocts his delivery in his head while I finish speaking. Just ducking listen. For 1 fucking minute. Fuck. Late edits. 1. Rip my inbox. Never thought that phrase would apply to me, clearly I touched some nerves. 2. This was meant much more light-hearted than it seems it came across. I'm not angry with the guy. I get frustrated, often, but c'est la vie. 3. I appreciate the constructive and genuine conversations it's brought up. My toxic trait is thinking that my self-awareness of my toxic traits cancels them out. Too loud. I'm terribly sorry. He'll be quieter next time. I'm really bad at keeping up with people I'm genuinely interested in getting to know, and when on occasion I succeed, I can't help but feel I'm being creepy. This one gets me. I want friends, but I feel creepy and overbearing when I follow up and text after a few weeks. I can just imagine them looking at their phone and thinking, how can I let this conversation die quickly so I don't hurt her feelings, and also don't have to talk to her? I can't help but feel this is a symptom of social media. Our interactions are all over medias, and personal interactions outside those platforms feels invasive. Yay, definitely I used to feel this one. I think it must come down to low self-esteem. But I started getting over it when a friend of mine told me to just reverse the roles and say to yourself, how would I feel if this was me receiving this message? It's almost always a positive when someone reaches out. Emo. I agree, I feel great when someone I haven't talked to in a while reaches out. I think those little petty comments I always heard people make when I was younger about other people have stuck with me. Talking about people behind their back negatively affects everyone, not just the victim. I'm very irritable and that really pisses me off. Edit, thanks everyone for showing concern. I am generally right as rain. I was mostly being facetious. Mostly. I feel this one hard. The worst part is that as I get older, I realize that's it rarely to do with the other person's situation but just my own anxieties playing out in unhealthy ways. I hold grudges and I can be quite petty sometimes. My girlfriend and I laugh about how petty and competitive we are. But I laugh much more. I don't remember things that don't benefit me. I either overvalue my role in other people's lives, or I self-isolate and want nothing to do with anyone. Edit, Therese, no shame in the medicine game if you feel like it's out of control. I never ask for help because I think I can do everything myself, and I insist that I can do it even though I can't. I have a bad habit of not trusting other people to do things right. This is a tough one because it feels very validating when you do catch someone ducking up that you were prepared for because of your suspicion, but you have to weigh the cost of suspecting everyone to both your relationships and your mental health against the advantage that you get from suspecting people and removing that vulnerability. It's a legitimate decision to make. I also do this. Procrastinator. What do procrastination and masturbation have in common? In the end, you're only ducking yourself. I really feel this one. I'm a promasturbator. Overbearing and I need attention. I jump to conclusions. I am self-aware and have made great efforts to combat these propensities. Quick to judgment. This is me. And I have zero patience for people that I think should know better. I'm great with kids and young adults though. Yeah, for some reason I feel every adult should know everything I know, even though sometimes I duck up and don't know something. I'm never angry or impatient with children though. Do I have to pick one? Going through this thread has made me realize that I may just be a toxic person. I can relate to so many. Legit, reading other people's and being like I do that is made realize I'm a walking red flag and worse than I thought. Overthink. I'm always very angry. I don't even know why, like 99% of the time. I meditate, I exercise very frequently, I go for walks, try to keep a peace of mind, but even on my best days where I feel fantastic, there's always some sort of fire that just burns inside me. Makes me bitchy or snappy at its most tame. Genuinely don't even know what to do about it anymore. I struggle with constant anger too. I found a method that helps a lot, not sure what it's called, but I remember it as a rabbit hole approach. Anger, fear, grief, and care. When you're angry, take a minute and go through these 4 stages in order. It'll take you through an example of mine. 1. Anger. First, why am I angry? My therapist implied I like feeling superior to others. 2. Fear. What fear does that bring up? Fear of being perceived as bitchy, arrogant, unlikable by others. 3. Grieve. What are you grieving that made you feel that way? I used to behave this way when I was younger, and my family didn't stick up for me or help me through these feelings. I didn't know how to stand up for myself and put a wall up. I felt alone then and am feeling alone now. 4. Care. How can you care for yourself through this grief? I can say to myself, you didn't deserve that. You deserve someone there to guide you and help you. Life is complicated and you're not a bitchy person. You can work on this and it doesn't make you a bad person. Hope this helps. It's been life-changing for me. No one lives up to my expectations of what I think friendship should be. Everyone always disappoints me. Trying to empathize with others but accidentally oversharing and cringing about it for the next 5 to 7 years. No will forced to do shit. Can't lose weight, can't take better care of myself. Can't study properly. Can't keep pushing anything for more than a week. It sucks. Self-hatred. I feel attacked by assuming I only have one toxic trait. I keep my anger really pent up a lot and every once in a while, I just straight up snap. It's not violent or anything, it's just a duck ton of yelling. I feel you on that one. I'll snap at minuscule things, at times. It sucks big time. Yep, same here. Currently reading a cognitive behavioral therapy book to help me get better at dealing with my thoughts and emotions. Hoping it will help em come with things better. I have a lot of hobbies, but they're all solitary things. I'm too comfortable alone and it makes me seem distant in all of my personal relationships. If I feel stressed or annoyed, I lose my empathy. So cold-hearted or uncaring when angry? This is most likely a coping mechanism that has succeeded for you in the past. You did it a few times and it worked out and got you feeling safer or took stress away, and thus you've kept doing it. It's become a problem now because you're not getting the desired results anymore. The first thing I'd tell you to work on is to forgive yourself for being unable to be empathetic. Not everyone can be empathetic all the time, and it's okay to not be able to be there for people at their beck and call. Figure out how to have some empathy for you first. Then you can work on extending that to others. I am incredibly reluctant to show any form of weakness, or anything that I twist myself into believing is weakness. Got a cough? I struggle to breath, holding it in, before I cough in front of anybody. Am I sad? Morose? Hurting? You'll never know because I have mastered the neutral, inexpressive face. Bet you can't tell who got told they were too sensitive growing up. I expect everything I want in life to just happen, yet I do absolutely nothing to try to reach those goals. Probably my most significant toxic trait is profound laziness. In school I was the student that had one notebook for all of my classes, almost never took a lick of notes, read the Spark Notes as I was walking to school, did my homework the night before it was due, or even sometimes the day of, and all in all just did the bare minimum to survive and pass. If the opportunity cost of an assignment was higher than its proportion to my final grade, I just simply didn't do it. Now that I'm many years older but WFH, and have for 23 straight months now, almost to the day, actually, I'm finding myself facing many of these same flaws over and over again. Case in point, I'm here on Reddit in the midst of completing tasks for work. I'm the person that does one, small, minute task and then returns back to my socials for the next 10 to 15 minutes, before moving on to my next task. Been evaluated for ADHD? I thought I was the laziest, stupidest ass bitch in the world before I started ADHD meds. I'm actually running through comments looking for things that were symptoms of my late diagnosis. 31 years.